step dancing on the roof. It's like they're calling out, don't lose your youth, 'cause I can stay.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today's video is another weigh-in Wednesday. And I have a few things that I really want to talk to you about before we get into the measurements. So the first thing that I would like to mention is I thought I was doing the ski machine longer than what I did. So I thought I had already done it for about 2 weeks, but turns out it's only been 10 days. But I'm already seeing a little bit of a difference, and that's why I want to share it with you guys. So I've been doing, as I've already mentioned, the ski machine for 10 days. And how I usually do the workout, well actually before I mention the workout, I'm gonna show you the befores and afters to kind of convince you as to why I'm sticking with it. Or, well, just to show you why I plan on sticking with it longer. So here is the before.
No filters. Gotta get back to. No filters. Here's the other one. Flex. Not flexing. Flexing. Okay, and then flex.
It's not a significant difference, but there is a difference. At first it was difficult for me to see it, and I ended up having to ask David if he saw a difference, and he just confirmed, like, yeah, there is some difference. And considering that you can already see the difference in just the span of 10 days, that's why I plan on sticking with this longer and going for, I'm gonna try to hit the 3-week mark just to see where I can go. So the workout that I've been doing on the ski machine is I've been working out for a minimum of 15 minutes. My goal is usually to hit 30 minutes, but sometimes I run out of time and I can only get in 15 minutes, and that's fine. And what I usually do is I try to go really hard, or as hard as I can, for the first 500 meters. And yeah, the thing is the machine is in meters, so not imperial. So for all of this, I'm gonna be talking in meters. Okay, whatever. But going in for the first 500 meters, all in, trying as hard as I can, and then stopping, taking a short break, a break that is just long enough so the machine won't turn off. Well, actually short enough so the machine won't turn off, but long enough to where I feel a little bit rested. I caught my breath a little bit, and then jumping right back on and trying to pace myself. And if I can, I try to go above 35 if I'm feeling really good. And I'll pace myself like that for 5 minutes. And then for the last 2 minutes or even a minute, I go all in once again, going as hard as I can to try and see how far I can get the ski machine to go. My goal with all of this was to try and do a little bit of a HIIT workout while doing cardio, and so that's why I decided to try and do it this way. I read somewhere online that if you wanted to turn it completely into a HIIT workout, then going all in for 500 meters, taking a break, 500 meters again, and just repeat until you're done with the HIIT. And this ski machine, the only way I can get my heart rate into the correct zone is if I get up on my toes. So when you're coming up, you get up, you get on your tiptoes, and then as you're pulling back down, you move your feet into a flat position and then pull the ropes downwards by your hips. And that's the only way that I can get my heart rate into the zone. If I keep my feet flat the whole time, it does not work as well. Now to get into how I was feeling with all of this. The first day, it kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I was able to hit what was it, 27 minutes on the very first day that I was on the ski machine. It hurt, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of hurt. My back muscles got sore. I was not used to it, and then pulling down on the ropes, it felt very difficult, especially at the very beginning because you're not used to that kind of resistance. So day one, actually, you know what, day 1, 2, and 3 felt a little bit the same. Around the 4th day, that's when I kind of got used to it. I didn't really think too much about it as I was doing it. It became a little bit easier, I did notice. The last few days, what has been happening is it has been easy from the start. Not easy to continue, but easier to start out. So I've noticed that I can pull down the ropes with ease. So for the last 2 days, I have been able to start out at a pace of 40, pulling down with ease, and that is pretty fast because considering where I started, I was only able to do 30, but then I was able to move up to 35 by day 4. And now I can easily do 40 for the first few hundred meters, which is pretty surprising. It doesn't feel tiring at the beginning, and I can get through 500 meters now a little bit easier. It's not completely easy yet, but it is definitely easier compared to the first day when I started. Now, some complications with the ski machine is, since there is no mirror around me, I can't really check my posture to make sure that I am keeping proper form, because sometimes when I get tired, I notice that I do lose my form a little bit, kind of bending my back, hunching over, or bending my knees a bit too much. And if you bend your knees too much, then it starts to tire you out even faster. So really just trying to check and make sure that I have the right form and the right posture. The second thing that kind of happened, and I did notice this, is my legs were very, very sore. Because when you're coming down from the top, you're pulling the ropes down, you have to hold your legs at an angled position and holding them there as you're finishing pulling the ropes down by your hips. And that did really make my muscles very sore. So this is a great machine to be using, and I'm gonna continue using it for a while longer and see how much more progress I can make on slimming down my arms, because I still am pretty self-conscious about my arms. They are still very big, but hopefully with this machine I can slim them down a little bit. Now, as I've mentioned before though, you can't target fat in specific places. You can only tone up to kind of fill in wherever that skin is, and you'll lose fat where you lose it. Okay, that's the first thing. Well, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Now to get into the measurements. My measurements from last week are actually significantly different. I was really surprised when I took these because since the last time I did the measurements, I felt a little bit down that my weight kind of went back up. And part of that is probably due to the fact that I had a birthday and I had a birthday dinner, so I indulged a little bit more, which makes sense for my weight to kind of go back up and fluctuate after that time. But when I was taking the measurements today, I was really happy to see that my weight dropped back down, but that wasn't the only thing that dropped down. My other measurements are, I want to say, significantly different. I feel that they are significantly different. But enough rambling, I'm going to tell you the first measurement, my weight. So my weight is 83 kilograms, which converts to 182 pounds. But we're gonna round that up because there's like a 0.9. So we'll say 183 pounds. And as for the other measurements, my waist is down to 32 inches. My arms, still the same, even though there is a difference in the befores and after pictures from using the ski machine. That is mostly just muscle toning. So the measurements are still the same, 13.5. My thighs are 26. And my hips are smaller now as well. They are 39 inches. My hips had stayed the same for quite some time, so I was surprised when I took this measurement. I was like, what? 39 inches? Okay. Now with these measurements, I put them into the body fat percentage calculator. And this one was the one that I'm most excited about because I have been working hard to try and get into the average body fat percentage range. I have been in the obese range and the overweight range for quite some time. And my goal has been to get down into the average or normal range. And I am so close. Like the meter is like that close. My body fat percentage is 32% according to that calculator. I'm at 32%, so close into the average range. I was absolutely giddy when I saw that I couldn't hold it to myself. I had to tell David first, being like, oh my goodness, guess what? I'm almost in the average range. Like you can see the meter just between the red and what is it, the green? I think it's the green color. But all I know is I'm almost in average. I think these measurements are a great comeback from last week. Because like I said, I was feeling kind of down that my weight climbed back up, even though on the in-body scale it said that I dropped some fat mass. I still wasn't exactly happy because with the rest of the measurements, nothing had really changed. So seeing them suddenly come down just from 1 week, I did feel happy. Now I know with all of this, I shouldn't base my journey on the measurements, but more about the feelings that I have. And what I mean by that is like the feelings I have about the lifestyle changes that I've made, the energy levels, and so on. I shouldn't be basing solely on the measurements, and I did get a little bit lost. It's essential for us to not get stuck on the numbers and base our value upon what we see on the scale or even in our measurements. Just remembering that this is a blip in our entire journey. If you've been on this journey for a long time, then you know that these moments have happened before, whether they're shorter or longer periods. It's very important here to remember as to why you're doing it, why you're deciding to change your lifestyle, and to shift your mentality and focus onto the enjoyment of the process and also enjoying what you're doing. Because if you don't stick out this time, then it makes it easier to fall out. I've done that many times. When I didn't see a change on the scale, I was like, well, this isn't working, or I've already broke my diet. Might as well start again on Monday. That sound familiar? So stick it out, love what you're doing, and you will see the change come. Even though we know, well, you know, I know, that I've been stuck in a weight loss plateau for a very, very long time. And I finally feel like I'm beginning to break it. Well, the reason I'm starting to break it is because I've stuck it out. I find myself loving going to the gym more than the numbers that I see. Now, although I do find myself or my mentality kind of tumbling sometimes, I know better now how to kind of bring it back on track. So that's what we all need to do. We all need to learn how to do. Okay, that is all that I really wanted to share with you guys in this weigh-in Wednesday. I hope that if you have a chance to, definitely give that ski machine a try. It's certainly an interesting experience. And if you're looking for a low impact cardio machine, this one is definitely it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on the journey. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.